afternoon, everybody. Evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. We will have Coach Collins followed by Pete Nance and Elijah Williams. We'll have an opening statement from the head coach and then open the room to questions if you'd like to ask questions. Coach?
All right. Thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate it. I thought it was a great atmosphere in there this afternoon. Really appreciate all the students and people who came out. I thought it was like a really fun atmosphere for a college basketball game Saturday afternoon. You know, it's what when you're a kid, you want to play in those kind of venues, and I appreciate the people coming out to support us. Really tough loss. No other way to say it. You know, if you would have asked me before the game, Kofi was going to have to take 17 shots to get 20 points. They'd have nothing out of Frazier, nothing out of Plummer, nothing out of Grandison. I would have felt really good about our chances, and that's our defense kept us afloat. I thought Illinois defended us very well in the first half. I give them a lot of credit. I thought their physicality on the perimeter really stifled what we were trying to do in the first half. Thought we made some adjustments at halftime with our offense, and I thought we played really good offense in the second half. We found some things that were working. We were getting good shots, got the lead. Fought really hard, got really good minutes from a lot of guys. Ty Berry, I thought, gave us really good minutes. Obviously, Greer, Elijah Williams off the bench. And then, just you kind of look down and you just, at those times, sometimes you just got to make a big shot. You got to, remember Boo one time got in the middle and got a floater, and it was a really good look, and it kind of hit the rim 3 times and fell off. And we got a wide open look with Elijah on a good possession. We moved the ball, found him, and had an open shot. And obviously he doesn't knock it down. It's not a mistake. But then for them, their freshman comes in, Brandon comes in and makes a huge 3 at the top that's contested. And those are the things. When you're trying to win in this league, I mean, you look at the last 5 games we've played, guys. When you go at Michigan State, at Purdue, at Michigan, and your 2 home games are Wisconsin and Illinois, that's as good as it gets in terms of competition. Forget about in the Big Ten, but that nationally. And, really with the exception of the Purdue game, those other 4 games, we're right there to win all 4 of them. We won 1. And so we have to continue with the fight. I told our guys it's a 20-game season. It's not a 10-game season. We do not like where we are. We didn't envision ourselves being where we are halfway through the season. We feel like we have played better than what our record is, but you are what you've earned. And, our goal now is to flip the script. We got 10 left. We got a home game Tuesday night, and we've got to try to find a way to get a win and get some positive momentum to put together a really good second half of the season. But, man, the effort that our guys are coming out with every night, I mean, I couldn't be more proud of our guys with that. And if you miss a shot, that's not a mistake, guys. Running a play and missing a good shot, that's not, that's not, not getting it done. That happens sometimes. We just haven't been able to kind of get that momentum with that and give Illinois credit. I thought Kofi made a couple big buckets down the stretch. I thought they made free throws. Obviously, DeMonte Williams' tip dunk was a huge play when we got Kofi to miss there. And like I said, I thought they got good minutes out of Melendez. And I don't want to disrespect him. So Brandon, who came off the bench, their freshman, he came in and gave him 5 big points in a 50-point game. So those guys did a great job for those guys.
Questions? Kevin?
Yeah, I think in your 8 Big Ten losses, you've had the lead in the second half in 5 of them. Is there a common thread you can look at in all these games where you haven't closed it out and say, this is why we're not getting over the finish line?
I really don't. I think all those games is kind of a different storyline. The last game we went 3 for 8 from the foul line in the last 2 minutes, against Michigan, and Terrence Williams threw in a 3 and Caleb Houston made a rainbow 3, to beat us by 2, and so tonight was a different story. Tonight, like I said, I thought if you analyze, I thought we did some really good things down the stretch in the last 4 minutes. We got the ball where we wanted. We weren't able to get to the bonus. So one time we got Chase getting downhill. He got fouled, but it was only 5 team fouls, where they were in the bonus. So that should have been we weren't in the bonus, which is kind of a common thread in most of our games. That's a common thread, if you want to ask me, is the foul disparities. But our guys, every game has been different. and it's about like you got to keep putting yourself at the door. It's different. Are you turning the ball over? Are you having, like, I didn't see that. I mean, we have 9 turnovers. Are we getting bad shots? No. I mean, a turnaround jumper from 12 feet from Pete Nance is a good shot. A floater in the lane, Boo Booey, is a good shot. Elijah had a wide open 3 late in the game. We have confidence he can make that. Ryan Greer, when we're down 3, gets a really good ball movement, a wide open 3. It's the same 3 that their guy makes. So, you have to just keep coming to the drawing board. You got to stay confident, even though it's hard. You gotta, but it'd be different, guys, if I was walking here and saying, man, we're just making crazy mistakes, and if you guys see that, tell me different. I don't see crazy mistakes. I see just not being able to kind of hit that big shot or make those big free throws. Obviously Maryland, Penn State, we had free throws down the stretch. So a couple of those were free throws, couple were not being able to get a big bucket, couple were not being able to get a big stop. So I think every game is different. I don't see a common thread. I do think that our guys, believe that we can win. I think the talk has been very positive in the huddles. We just haven't been able to get it done. And these last 5 games in particular, there's a reason why all those teams are ranked in the top 10 of the country. They don't lose very much. So, when you play Wisconsin, Purdue, Michigan State, Illinois all in a row, those are the 4 teams that are ranked in our league. So there's a reason they're ranked. They win a lot of basketball games, and give them credit for that. And we're going to keep fighting. I'll tell you that. Like, if you don't see, and you can have any narrative you want, but if you don't see a group out there, like, I don't see guys playing timid. I see guys fighting. I see them guys putting their hearts on the floor. And that's why I feel sick, because I want so badly for them to get over the hump with this. They've put a lot into it. They've stuck together for multiple years. They deserve better, and that's what we're going to do. That's the attitude. You turn it. Like, I've always said to the guys, man, if you get knocked to the canvas, you got 2 choices. You can tap out, or you can get up and fight back. And we're not going to tap out. We're going to keep fighting, and we got 10 games left to do that.
Yeah, it seemed like Elijah did a pretty good job on Kofi, but obviously he's given up like 6 inches to him. Was the thinking with putting him on Kofi just kind of keep Pete out of foul trouble after he struggled with that?
Yeah. I mean, Pete had his 3rd foul there, right in the start of the second half, and we needed, Pete. We were getting some mismatches with him. Pete was really, doing some things on the offensive end, and then Ryan Young got in foul trouble. So, we kind of done that. If you saw our Michigan game, we did that in the last game with Dickinson. Elijah did a great job on Dickinson. I think he only had 7 points or whatever in our last game. And we kind of found that with that duo playing together, it serves us a little better maybe to get some minutes with Elijah. He's got a little bit more weight down there, a little bit more leverage against those big power guys. I thought he did a great job. Guys, Kofi's going to score. But he took 17 shots to get 20 points. That's a good job against a guy who gets most of his shots right at the basket. So, like, our defense couldn't have been better. I mean, again, the way Trent Frazier's been playing this year, to hold him to 2 baskets, the way Alfonso Plummer's been playing, to hold him to 2 baskets, Jacob Grandison, 1 basket. I mean, we couldn't have fought any harder on the defensive end. We just weren't able to kind of make those big shots and buckets in the last couple minutes that we needed to get the win.
This is the first sold-out crowd here since you guys played Illinois in 2020. How much do you acknowledge the rivalry, or do you just approach this game like every other game?
Well, obviously, our people really came out, which is great, and they have a great following, and in the state, and we know that, in this area in Chicago, there's so many alums from other schools that, especially these really established programs, they're always going to have a nice turnout here. So it made for just a great atmosphere. I so appreciate it. That our student, and I hope our students will keep coming out, even though we've come up short here. And it really hurt us, guys. We had 3 games where we had no students. I mean, no one's really, we haven't made that excuse. Or our first 3 conference games, we weren't allowed to have any students at the game. That's a big deal. When you go on the road and you play at Michigan State and you play at Purdue and you see what those atmospheres are like at Michigan, these last 2 games we've had against Wisconsin and Illinois, we've had a great, our building, when people are in those stands and there's energy in Welsh Ryan, it's really a fun place for a game. And I so appreciate, and I hope the students will continue, because the students is where the energy comes from. And for them, these last couple games to come out and really support our guys has been fun. Is this a rivalry yet? No, because in a rivalry, both teams have to win. and we haven't been able to do that. That's the reality the last couple years. My first couple years, we were kind of getting the upper hand. Coach Underwood's done a really good job. Their record the last couple years, what they've built, what they've done, like a rivalry is when both teams kind of, now are they hard-fought games? Absolutely. But if we want to make this a rivalry, we got to start getting some wins, and obviously we got to continue to get better if we want to do that.
Coach, you touched on this a little bit, but looking back at this sort of recent brutal stretch, are there positives that you think you can take away from being right there?
Yeah. If you don't see positives from watching that game, I just told you. The defense. Who has played Illinois and defended them like that? Who is? Trent Frazier is one of the best guards in the country. The job that our guys did on him, what Plummer's done, the way we made Kofi work. The contributions we got off the bench from Ty Berry, from Ryan Greer, Elijah Williams, the way Pete, came back after being really disappointed how he finished the game at Michigan. For him to come back and get 21 and 5 and be assertive like that, yeah. Guys, if you play Illinois to a one-possession game, one of the best teams in the country, there's going to be a lot of positives. Now the negative is, at the end of the day, we didn't win, and that's what I'm sick about. Is walking in that locker room, because our guys deserve better from the effort. But you know what? You get what you earn, and obviously it wasn't good enough, and we gotta rally the troops. Like I said, we are not going to tap out. I promise you that. We got a lot of heart, a lot of will in that locker room. We got a lot of guys that have put a lot into this, and I know for a fact that these guys are going to keep fighting.
Anything else for Coach? Last one here.
How hard is it to keep you've done a good job, but obviously, like you said, the not tapping out, but how hard is it to keep coming back when you've come up short in so many close games? I feel like it's got to be tough.
Yeah, it is. It is. No, it's human nature, man. These guys, the commitment that all these teams make, the hours, coming in at night, shooting, the film study, the weightlifting, the preparation for all these games. These guys put a lot into all this, and as every team does. Illinois, all these teams, they put a lot into this. And, when you don't have a chance to be rewarded with those locker rooms where you can throw water around and jump on each other and smile and laugh, and it's hard. But, that's where you got to be resilient. You got to dig down. You got to find something more in there. And that's what we're going to do. I have no doubt in my mind that our guys are going to come back tomorrow. We're going to dust ourselves off. We're going to get off the pavement, and we're going to try to put a game plan together for Rutgers on Tuesday night.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, no opening statements from student athletes, so if you have a question for Pete Nance on your right or Elijah Williams on your left. Patrick, then Lauren.
Elijah, you had a wide open three-point attempt late. Can you kind of detail what you saw in that possession? What went into you taking that big shot toward the end?
Yeah, they sunk in on Pete. I had Boo in the corner, kind of looked towards Boo to make his man go there, and the shot was open.
It was a great shot by Elijah. He works on him every day, and everybody has total confidence in him in making that shot. I want him to shoot it 10 times out of 10, and, it was a great shot for us and for him, and sometimes they don't fall. Next time it will. So, it happens. It's a game. That's what basketball is. You miss some, you make some. So,
Lauren?
So are you guys kind of hyping up the student section from the bench throughout the game? What message would you give to fellow students about how much it means to you guys for them to show up like they did today?
Yeah, it really makes a difference. the energy, at the times when you haven't scored maybe a couple of possessions in a row, and you see all these people in the stands cheering for you, and came out and to support what you're trying to do and win, and it really means a lot. And I just I hope they continue to come to the games and show that support to us, because we really feel that energy during the game, and we're right there. And I think with that continued support and continued energy, we're gonna get over the hump.
Yeah, I definitely think we appreciate it. Like every last person definitely makes the game more exciting and fun. It's something that was hard over the COVID year, not having the fans, having anybody, just having to get your energy from your own team. So getting that home crowd, that home court advantage, and that feeling is a great feeling that we always feel that when the students come and show out.
Right here.
Elijah, the last 2 games you've gone against Hunter Dickinson and Kofi, obviously, you've guarded them, but they're a lot taller than you. How's that kind of change your approach? What do you do differently when you're guarding someone who has 6 inches on you?
Try to push them out as far as I can. I'm big boys. They're 2 really good players, though. Just try to, use my physicality and be as physical as I can to try and get them far away from the basket, especially, when they're so much bigger. And then just try to use my quickness, make them finish over me, shoot it far out as they possibly can, and try to give them no easy shots.
Over here on the left.
That's for Pete. Owen went through a bunch of different defensive looks at you tonight. In one session, you got Kofi on 7 foot. Next session, you got DeMonte Williams at 6'4". From an offensive standpoint, how do you kind of work through those different matchups?
Yeah, there was some times where we were hurting them on the pick and pops a little bit. So they went with DeMonte, and I know they were going to be switching that. So we switched that ball screen to try to get it in the post and play off that, because we knew we had the help. They had to help. So, props to them, for switching coverages up, but just going with whatever plays the coaches call, and we try to execute and make the plays down the stretch. That's really it.
Right here.
Pete and Elijah, you guys have been right on the cusp in several games this season. You got 50% of the conference slate left. Is there a mindset y'all are trying to go into for the rest of the season?
I know for me, it's just we've all put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to give up and quit. I mean, there's 10 games left. The reality is we've won 2 and lost 8. Who's to say we can't flip the script and win 8, or win as many as we can on the back half, or I just think we win 10, win as many as we can. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're not putting our head down, and we're coming every day. We know we're close. We know we're a good team. We have the confidence in each other. And we've just worked too hard to not get over the hump. I mean, I think we deserve it, and we're coming every day and fighting as hard as we can, and that's all we can do. I mean, that I think we deserve to win, and I'm excited for the back half, because we've got a big opportunity. I think we can capitalize.
I think everybody's excited, especially when you go through tough times. It's kind of hard. Seems kind of split apart, but I don't think we're like that at all. I think everybody's really invested and really see it starting to unfold and come together. It's just, once you win one, you can win multiple. It's just how basketball is. We're in a tough little slump right now, but I think we're right there. You get one win, and then the whole world can change.
Any other questions for these guys? All right. Thanks
All right,
everybody
thank
for
you.
being here. We'll see you on Tuesday night.